Welcome to Clock It, where your opinion is what wins you the game. Today we are joined by our incredible contestants. You know her from Tequila Babies podcast. Help me welcome Jean. Hey, girl.
Hi. You look amazing. You already knew what I was gonna say.
Thank you. You look
Stunning.
amazing per usual. And he's our favorite baking realtor. Help me welcome Myk here today. Hey, Myk.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. And my podcast, Vodka Babies.
Okay.
Vodka Babies.
All right.
You just started that yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Literally just started it this minute, this hour, right now. Well, guys, as you know, this game is just not about getting the answers correct. You got to know what you're talking about, and more importantly, you got to clock it. So give that big buzzer a hit. That's exactly what you'll be doing anytime you want to clock in and give your answers. Let's get it started. First question. Here we go in round one. Who went viral giving cash to a homeless man after accusations of her being rude? Myk.
Jennifer Lopez.
It indeed was Jenny from the block. Take a look.
Look beautiful, Jen.
Hey, Jennifer, I love you. I don't care what, I love you. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, baby.
Now, Myk, the way she handed him this cash, was that not the equivalent to, here, dang, get out my face?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like that. But I mean, she's Jennifer Lopez. So
Yeah.
they're just like no regular person that's on the street or whatever. So at least from what I could tell, it felt like she was going to give him some money, but she's like, let me make sure I get in the car 1st. I'm not going to put no cash out in the streets in front of everybody. Let me protect myself, and then let me go in and shoot this through the window. See you later. Because she don't know him.
Or maybe after she sat in there for a while. So after she looked across that street and seen them cameras was rolling, she said, "Oh, let me do a good deed for the camera."
So you think that's what it was, Jean? Because she saw the cameras rolling, she was like, let me go ahead and give him some money.
Yeah, recently she was getting scrutiny for being a bee.
Golden Globes, it was on a red carpet.
Yeah, talk to us about that, because a lot of social media users are saying this was a publicity stunt set up by her team because of what just recently happened at the Golden Globes. So give us a backstory on that.
A scheme that Ty set up.
It always is.
So the thing is, you never really know with these celebrities. It could be, it could not be, it could be just a coincidence. But there was a situation where it was at the Golden Globes, and you know they had the whole spinning camera that we love to see, and they
The glam bot.
The glam bot, yes. So basically, during the glam bot moment, she didn't really acknowledge the guy that we doing the glam bot like everybody else does. He's saying that she wasn't rude to him and that she was rushing because it started or whatever, but everybody else is like, nah, she's always rude. So
Yeah, and you never really are going to know because, you know, Cole is in the industry as well, and he has to run into these celebrities all the time at the red carpet. So he don't want no static from nobody. So of course he's going to go on record and, you know, try to clear things up. So we'll never really know what happened. As we know, there are 3 sides to every story, and we'll never get the truth. I already know that. All right, Jean, 0 points you have on the board. Myk, you are at 100. More chances for you to get those numbers up. Here we go. Next question. Who recently aired out Dame Dash in a freestyle? Myk.
It's not working.
Cameron.
It indeed was Cameron. Let's take a listen to what that freestyle sounded like.
You was in an 800K hole, that shit sick about.
Came with $1 million shovel, tried to dig you out. Act like I did something wrong, hateful. Like I forgot you helped me get up off the label. Then you put me on your label, killer, he forever grateful. But you trying to turn the tables like I'm Cain and you Abel. When I wasn't feeling you, man, I went stupid hard. You was putting bricks in the cab, I caught up to God.
Okay,
Yeah.
you was feeling that, Jean.
Cam did his big one.
Okay, so clearly
I don't know about
Jean
no
is
big
feeling
one.
it.
He
How
did
are you
something.
feeling, Mike? Were you feeling
He
it?
did something. I feel like just Cameron. I feel like Cameron get the same thing. You know, no shade to it or whatever. But it's.
It was you weren't
not my
feeling it.
style.
In other words, where did Cameron perform this freestyle, and what was it called, Mike?
It was called A Letter to Dame Dash, and it was on a podcast. It was just some random pod, which is
it was
crazy
like
because he got his
something
own.
Yeah, he does have
So
his
why
own
didn't you just drop it
podcast,
on
and
there,
so
but-
for him to go on this podcast
Yeah.
is a little, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gene, was this entire freestyle about Dame
This
Dash?
entire freestyle was about Dame Dash. He had a lot to get off his chest.
Yeah.
I liked it because what he was saying, I kind of like looked at the lyrics. I'm like
What were some of the
lyricist.
things he was saying?
He was basically saying Dame was in an 800K hole and he gave him $1 million shovel. That's raw. Like, come on, whole shovel, put it together.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, he was basically saying like, tell your ego you don't need it for the next couple of years because we know Dame has this big old ego.
Cute.
So he was like, tell your ego you don't need it for the next couple of years so you can, get your stuff together. But yeah, he was just saying some things like he was hurt. He, was giving him a dose of his own medicine, like, you're not who you think you are anymore. But thank you for the blessings
Yeah.
because he did do what he did when he was Dame Dash the mogul.
Yeah.
You think that was his daddy?
I mean, but he
It sound
was
like
kind of
he's
like the
singing
OG to Cameron. He helped him
OG,
get out of
that's
his
what it was
label
given.
deal. There are some things there that he did do for Cameron. And so that's why Cameron kind of felt indebted to him to help him out when he was in debt
Yeah.
and a bunch of different things. But I think now it's to the point, and you let me know what you think, Mike,
They
that
too
this
old for this.
friendship cannot cross back to
No, he
great
already
standing.
said it. He already said it. That's just kind of it. But honestly, I hope it's been a whole bunch of Dame Dash.
Yeah.
Y'all are too old. Like
Yeah.
y'all should be. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's to the point of no return now. So let's just see how this all plays out because we know Dame is going to respond after seeing this freestyle.
sure.
All right, Mike, 200 points you have on the board. Gene, might I remind you, you have 0 on the board right
Check
now.
my buzzer, please.
It's all good. We're going to keep it rolling. Next question it is. Which two producers are scheduled for a versus battle this month? Gene.
It's working. Mike Will made it in Hit Boy.
You are absolutely right. Those are the two that will be battling it out. Now, will you be watching this versus battle?
Yes, I actually love the verses. I'm big in music, like on music. I can't sing or anything like that or rap.
Okay.
I have done a rap song, but that's neither here nor there.
I do. I have heard that, and it was fire.
I did my little one too. But no, I love the verses. I think it's super unique. It takes us back to when it all started. It was such a
Back in
fun
COVID.
concept.
Yeah.
And it also gives light to the industry and the artists and the work that they did, and just an appreciation for what they give us.
Yeah, when we were in during the pandemic, when COVID initially first happened, we didn't have much to look forward to. So
Yeah.
versus battles were like that thing that
to
we
look to, yeah.
look forward to.
It was so fun.
Can we say they're still relevant to this day, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just seen it with the previous one. It was the one that had the Hot Boys versus
No Limit Soldiers.
No Limit Soldiers.
Yeah.
I personally didn't know that was happening until it happened. but
Same.
people were actually having watch parties.
Yeah.
and it was like live, so people are still hip to it.
Yeah.
How can people watch this, and when is it going down?
January 30th, I want to say 5 p.m. Pacific time, and they can watch it on Apple Music.
Okay, so you're going to be checking this out.
No.
Oh, okay. Only Gene will be checking this out. It's a no for
And
Mike.
if she
Okay.
called me with some wings, I might come over.
Okay.
We can make it happen.
We can make it a watch party.
You already
look,
know the
look,
one. You
see.
all you had to say was
When
wings.
food is involved,
That's
you have me. I am
crazy.
sold. I am sold when the food is involved. All right, Gene, 100 points you have on the board. Mike, you're at 200. Last question in round 1. Netflix canceled what show after 2 seasons? Gene,
The Vince Staples Show.
you are absolutely correct. It was the Vince Staples Show. Now tell me, what was the show about?
It's just a fictional comedy around his life and, the things like that. They just made it a little fun fiction thing about just the things he's been through in his life.
Yeah.
I know the second season, it was kind of like they centered it around him finding inner peace, but they made it like comical. So, yeah.
a lot of fun when you can add some light and comic to your life story. Now, why was this canceled, Myk?
Viewership. They didn't really get a lot of views as much as they wanted to, so Netflix was like, okay, this is gonna be it. I think they already only had a 2-season agreement, but after seeing the viewership after the second season, they were like,
they didn't pick it back up. Yeah.
How long was this out, Jean?
2 years. The first season came out February of 2024, and the second season came out November of last year, 25.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to watch it and catch up, you can, but it's a wrap.
Netflix is making room for all these new people and new things that it is ushering in. We know that it now has podcasts that is bringing onto the platform too. So they got to get rid of some of this other stuff so they can usher these people in. But speaking of Netflix, tell me something good you've watched as of recent, Myk.
Listen, we already know His and Hers has been
the number
really
one.
Good. Yeah,
that was
that's
a
been
good
really
series.
Show. When you get to the end, I never would have thought.
You know what I hate? Like, social media, they ruin everything. They didn't say, like, I didn't really see who did what, but it was like, oh, it's a twist. Oh, so when I started watching it, I'm already like, well, who did it? Now I'm pointing fingers at everybody. No, that's too easy. No. And then I kind of, you know, because I done chose everybody to be the killer at this point. I did come across who it really was, but social media, they just do too much.
Yeah.
They ruin it.
As soon as they come on, I catch it all either that
The entire thing.
Yes.
All in one sitting.
Yeah, I did it like that too. This time, but usually I can't because time. But yeah, they always do the most.
Yeah, I'm not really a TV girly. The TV be watching me most of the time. It'd be me and my computer, and I look up every now and then. So if it calls for something that I actually have to focus on, I have to like intentionally put my
everything away,
and be like dialed in. So most of the time I just put like background stuff on YouTube.
You know what helps
cable.
me? I watch it with someone.
Okay.
So like that, if I try to watch it on my own, it's a wrap. I can't do it.
Gotcha.
I can't focus enough to do it. But if it's me and someone, like even if I'm on the phone or next to someone, you know, because it's a long distance thing. But yeah, it helps. It helps to watch it with someone.
It definitely does help to watch with someone to keep me focused, at least me, because I'll pull out my computer instantly and get to work. All right, guys, so that brings us to the end of round one of Clock It. And I'll have you know, you both are tied with 200 points on the board. Now, Jean, you're very competitive, and you know, Myk is competitive as well.
She knows what time
Do you think you are the one that's leaving with the clock
now
today?
that they fixed my buzzer, it's on.
They fixed the buzzer.
They fixed my buzzer.
Is that what was going on?
It was a little malfunction.
It's been fixed, and I don't play about excuses, and I darn sure don't play about this game. See?
Okay.
Y'all gonna save me cuss on
Look
TV,
at
girl.
you. I thought we was changing our
not
ways.
playing. Like it's the fire. It's
I
here.
am changing my ways.
I feel the
Last
heat.
year I let you win. This year it's a no-go, sweetheart.
Wow, I thought we were friends.
We are.
I thought we were making strides to a better.
We are.
Okay.
We
Strides are being made, just
Only
not
for
to a
30
better
minutes.
friendship.
Oh.
I can say that much.
Dang.
All right, guys. Well, it's time to break this tie and advance on to our very first question in round two. Who is Louboutin's first men's creative director? Myk.
Jaden Smith.
I don't
It
like
is
this.
indeed Jaden Smith. Has anyone ever held this title before?
No, and I'm so proud of him, to be honest with you. No, he's the first.
Okay.
He's one of the first.
Now, how did this go down? Being that no one has ever had this title before, he's the first to do this. How did this even happen?
I want to say this was back in like 2019. I think it was like Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
That's when he met Christian Louboutin. And I guess from his look that he's been seeing, and with him also being in Europe a lot too, that's when he decided to make the call to him and be like, hey, I want you to join the team.
That is dope,
Yeah.
man, to get a position like this. Now, does Jaden have any formal design training?
He doesn't, no, but he's been, you know, who his parents are. So he's been in the industry and around Hollywood and around fashion his whole entire life. He has his own, like, eclectic style, if you will. Even his collection has, like, black caps, has slingback loafers, which is like slingback loafers, okay.
It's like some red fur boots.
Very
which makes
red
sense, 'cause I just
furry
seen
coat.
Jada had them on.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, what is
These
this?
are actually some of the looks from his collection that he
Yes.
just recently put out. So I think he definitely brings something different and new to the Louboutin family.
For sure.
Because for a while, we kind of seen the same, you know,
Same
things.
yeah.
But I feel like he brings that edge. And,
Yeah.
and it's what they needed because they kind of like played it safe for a while, which Red Bottom's like, you don't really need to do too much. They have a name of their own. It carries
exactly.
itself. But I think he brings a different and new, almost like a breath of fresh air to this team.
And it's
That's
very
what we do.
different because he's young. He's only like 27 years old.
Yeah.
And his pieces give like mature,
ahead of his time.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's
Does
cute.
not give Gen Z
It's cute.
to your
Yeah,
point.
no, exactly.
100% agree. All right, Mike, 300 points you have on the board. Jean, you are at 200. More questions we have. Let's advance on to the next one. Which rapper doesn't let his kids use AI? Mike.
Travis Scott. Big
Why?
Mama, your arm is
I really
big.
want them to check my buzzer, please.
I mean, we've already seen that it's working. I just think you got to be quick because Mike is definitely
It's
quicker.
just, I think her arm a little heavy today. Big Mama, your arm.
All right.
Ooh.
Why doesn't Travis let his kids use AI, Mike?
So basically, he wants to kind of take the old school method with it. He notices that like a lot of kids are losing their way with these tablets, and also depending on AI a lot too makes you not really have to. It makes you lazy. And he
Yeah.
doesn't really want his kids to be in that.
Yeah.
So he's wanting to just give him that old school love basically.
How can you 100% guarantee that your kids aren't using AI, right? There's iPads, there's tablets, there's TV. Can you control something like that?
I don't think so. I think you can kind of try to limit it when they're with you, but again, when they're away from you, you don't know what they're doing. When they're with their other parent, if you're in a broken household, that was shady.
But we knew what you meant.
If you know,
Because they have nannies and things of that nature,
co-parent,
yeah.
Yeah, but if they're with someone else, you just never know. But I think you could try to limit it and instill it in them. Hey, don't use these things. So if they have respect for their parents, I think, they'll listen.
Yeah,
Maybe.
hopefully they do.
Maybe.
Do you think that this type of parenting, Mike, was refreshing to see?
Yes, it's very refreshing because it shows to me that he actually cares about the well-being of his kids
sure.
and wanting to make sure that they're going to be right, in the near future. But if I had to give a suggestion is I would do half and half. Don't fully limit your kids from AI because it's going to be definitely necessary.
Yeah,
I mean,
agreed.
we need to learn
For sure.
as adults. So I would do half and half. Still
But he
teach them
said
the old
that
school
too. He was
methods.
like, it depends on how you use it because it can be beneficial in a
Yeah.
lot of ways.
Yeah.
But then there's the other part that you just completely rely on it and now you're not even using your own brain. So he just wants their young brains to develop and, have them lean on their own mind.
And I absolutely agree with that. In a world of most parents who, and I get it, you're busy, you have things going on. I'm not a parent, so I can't really, speak to it as much. But in a world of parents just throwing an iPad or a tablet in a kid's face and telling them
It's
to
a
go in
sad
the
thing.
room,
Yeah.
like you're not allowing them to use their motor skills.
Yeah.
So when they go to school, they don't want to learn because they're used to just being on their tablet all the time.
Sure.
It's like, why do I need to learn to write and do all these things when I'm used to just playing on Roblox or whatever it is that they do? So
Fact.
I agree wholeheartedly, and in this generation, it is refreshing to see someone like him
Agreed.
who chooses to parent this way. So I'm here for it. All right, Jean, 200 points you have on the board. Mike, double that at 400, but I got a feeling my girl is going to make
how I
a
do.
comeback. Here we go with our next question. Which fast food chain will pay their employees hourly bonuses in Bitcoin? Jean,
Steak and Shake. I feel so defeated.
don't feel defeated. You are making a comeback, and that was one step closer to doing so. Now, talk to me about Steak and
stop
Shake.
crying.
How will this work, and when does it start?
Oh, Steak and Shake. They have been doing this Bitcoin thing since 2019.
Okay.
What was the initial question you asked me?
How is this going to work as far as them giving their employees hourly bonuses via
Right,
Bitcoin?
they're getting paid 21 cents per hour for every hour that they've worked in Bitcoin. So it's worked for them because they've incorporated Bitcoin. Even the customers can pay in Bitcoin, which has boosted their sales, and
Yeah.
it's really helping everybody. But I was looking at the comments on their X post, and people were saying like, this is nothing, like this is no money, like it ends up being like little bit of money for the year. So they're just like, and Bitcoin won't even be around in the next 2 years, but that's the kicker. They can't touch the money for 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so the money, they can't touch it for 2 years, and they're like, oh, Bitcoin's not even gonna be around in 2 years.
And I don't know if I'm going to be working at Steak and Shake in 2
In 2
years. Give me
years.
my money now.
Today, yeah,
Yeah,
so
cash that now.
it's a little, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit wild in my opinion. In October of 2025, they became the first U.S. restaurant brand to do what, Mike?
They have a Bitcoin treasure.
Thank you.
But like I
can
said, they allow their customers to pay in Bitcoin, which no one has ever done. So it boosts their sales, and I think their customers get 15% of Bitcoin though back to their account once they use Bitcoin to pay for their
She did so well with it. I
How
thought she
much
read
did
the same
Bitcoin
thing.
add to their Bitcoin balance as of recent?
$10 million.
$10 million
Yeah,
is
it was $10
crazy
million.
in Bitcoin. So do they have to wait 2 years to touch that $10 million?
Probably not, but
the
you know their employees do.
I don't get it. I don't understand
You
it.
already
It is
know. It's
always
business.
a catch. to this. It sounds good initially, but there's always
It's
a
always a
catch.
catch.
All right, Jean, you are making a comeback because you got 300 points on the board. Mike still at 400. Next question it is. Which boxer is ordered to pay nearly $3 million to a Nigerian media company? Jean.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Floyd Money Mayweather,
Ooh.
might I add you. So I don't understand what is going on here. Why does he have to pay them?
Well, in 2017, there was a series of events that he had to make an appearance for in Nigeria, and the events never happened. So he never showed up because the events never happened. They gave him $210,000 up front, and when the events didn't happen, they expected $210,000 back, and Floyd was like, yeah, no. But the judge ordered, him to be able to pay them back, the company, and yeah, it's still going on. They did win, but he just is not giving up the money.
When was this lawsuit filed, Mike, and when was the ruling made?
The lawsuit was filed in 2018. The ruling was made in 2023.
Okay, so
But
why did it take so long? Help me understand.
So he's been appealing it too.
Oh.
And, they end up denying it because, of course, he
Gotcha.
feel like he shouldn't have to pay the money. And as you say, when the person make a deposit, you thinking like, okay, well, this is my fee. I should be able to keep my actual fee. They're like, no, we want our money back. So with them doing that, they're now trying to come after his assets.
It backfired though, because now that it took so long, interest occurred,
paying more, yeah.
and then other fees occurred for, because it's still an ongoing thing, and yeah.
But the type of money that Floyd has, I know it sometimes is the principal, as we know with Burger King today,
Hey.
help me understand, this should be like a drop in the bucket when it comes to Floyd. $3 million ain't nothing to what he reportedly has.
See, but that's the thing, though. People, to keep the money, you don't want to keep spending the money just because you got it.
Valid
You know
point.
what I'm saying? And just because they say that you have it doesn't mean that you fully got it in liquid assets. So is it in his account, or is it based off of fully what he got just at home?
Word on the street is he might be filing for bankruptcy, but he declines that. He denies that. He was like, I have multiple buildings. I have 2 private jets. I can do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. Do that sound like somebody going through bankruptcy?
It does not. However, are the courts talking about seizing any of his assets, though, because of this case?
They are. They want his 2015 Ferrari, his 2015 Bugatti, which pays for just those 2 pay for it more than what it's worth. So, yeah, it's 2015. I don't know how people collect cars, but it's a 2015 car. It's over 10 years old. Just give them people the stuff.
Oh, okay, Jean. Shots are fired there, Floyd. She said it's old anyway. Give it up. All right, guys. Well, I have we are down to our very last question, and both of you are tied with 400 points on the board.
You wanted to make
here
it
we
juicy.
go. Last question in round 2. Who is being sued for $90 million by an ex-housekeeper? Jean.
Chris Breezy Brown.
If y'all only saw how she flew to hit this button, okay? Like, she was not about to let Mike
I'll let you finish the question.
walk away. She did let me finish the question, but she was not letting
They
Mike
turned on my buzzer
witness.
just for her. That's fine.
My goodness. Now, why is Chris Brown's housekeeper suing him?
She was mauled by his dog. This happened a long time ago. But yeah, she's suing for $90 million because she said she has permanent damages from this attack. So this is kind of serious.
Mike, did Chris help when this attack was happening? Did he try to get the dog off of her? What is she saying? What's going on?
He put the dogs away. He even asked them, did they need any help at all? But they're trying, of course, to get the money. $90 million is a lot of money for a dog attack. Yeah.
I mean, but with permanent damages, I don't know. It's like nerve damages, so that could be painful to keep dealing with all the time. She can't work anymore. I don't know. But $90 million is kind of crazy. That's steep.
$90 million is a lot. Not to take away from anything that has happened, I don't know. But in this specific case, what is he asking not to be brought up in this filing?
Oh, the DV case with Rihanna. The DV case from 2009, which
so long ago
has no relevance to this dog attack anyways. He's afraid that it will sway the judgment and the jury and stuff like that, which it probably would if they don't know anything about it. But if they're smart, they understand that it has no relevance to this case. He tried to help. His security tried to aid the lady, so he did all he could do. It's unfortunate, but yeah.
It's one of those things that continue to follow Chris no matter what, and it's always brought up. So I get why he's bringing that up to not be thrown in this case.
Right.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Clock It. And what do you know? Jean is today's winner of Clock
Always the winner.
It.
You welcome.
Doing her thing, leaving here with the Clock It chain.
You said you wasn't giving charity anymore.
Playing at all. She would not let him get that last question at all. Myk, as always, it is a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Jean, thank you for joining us and winning that Clock It chain. I see you, girl. It looks great on you.
Period.
You already knew that. Match your outfit and everything.
Every
To our
time.
viewers at home, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm dressed
same time,
for this.
same place, right here for another episode of Clock It.